Mr. Speaker, I rise today to, as these other gentlemen have before me, to honor a man who gave everything he had to his God, his family, and his country. These three great loyalties guided the life of Major Brent Taylor and the lives of his devoted wife and children. As has been indicated, I come from generations of military service. Some of my family had the great honor of serving with Major Taylor. We know from personal experience the great leader and the great man that he was. 15 years ago, Brent Taylor, hand in hand with his new fiancée, Jenny, walked into a recruiting office to enlist in the Army. Since then, this man and his family, and it is so important that we remember his family and the many other families of military members who sacrifice and serve as well. Well, this man and his family have lived a life of patriotic, exemplary service. He deployed twice to Iraq in 2006 and again in 2007, and served in Afghanistan in 2012. For his outstanding dedication to duty during combat operations in Iraq, Major Taylor was awarded the Bronze Star. This citation credited the ability of Major Taylor to think calmly and decisively, to keep his subordinates safe while traversing more than 600,000 miles throughout Iraq, areas that's riddled with improvised explosive devices and was ripe for ambush. This award recognized Major Taylor's tendency to do more than just carry out the assigned task. He was a man who went above and beyond to make a positive difference in the world, believing that his actions to be a small sacrifice compared to what so many in our nation's history have given up to keep this the land of the free and the home of the brave. Such exemplary service is equally evident in his life outside of the military. After serving as a city councilman, his community and neighbors so entrusted him to lead that they elected him to be the mayor of North Ogden City. In this role, Major Taylor's initiatives included improvements to public works and infrastructure, attracting businesses to the area and developing a local community center. The citizens of the community loved his snowplow updates, and in Utah we get a lot of snow, and his ability to see potential and possibility in everything around him. Serving as mayor was one of the greatest honor of Major Taylor's life and the highlight of his civilian professional career. He believed that service is really what leadership is about. On January 8, 2018, Major Taylor announced that he would temporarily step down as mayor to continue his service as a member of the Army National Guard on what would be his fourth and final deployment. He didn't deploy just once, not twice, not 3 times, 4 times. He answered the call to serve, and once again, remembering his family, they answered the call to allow their husband and their father to serve. This man recognized that there was an immediate need for his experience and skills and gracefully rose to accept the call to serve in our nation's longest war in Afghanistan. In his final months of deployment, Major Taylor was killed by an apparent inside attack on November 3, 2018, while training Afghan security forces. A loving husband and devoted father, Major Taylor is survived by his wife, Jenny, and as you see here, his 7 beautiful children, Megan, Lincoln, Alex, Jacob, Ellie, Jonathan, and Caroline. And one thing I am certain Major Taylor would say, his family was far and away the most important thing in his life. Nothing made him more proud or meant more to him than his wife and his children. The impression that Major Taylor left was profound. He called on each of us to find some way to brighten someone else's day, to lift another's burden, to make our city, our state, our county, our nation a better place. This man and his family paid the ultimate sacrifice to fulfill this call. So it's only well and fitting that as a tribute to this amazing life, Congress name a facility in his honor of his shining example of service and sacrifice. As has been mentioned, the Department of Veterans Affairs outstationed in North Ogden City will provide a range of services to help guide veterans and their families as they transition from the military to civilian life. Major Taylor recognized that military service involves the entire family. As such, I'm proud to support the designation of this facility, located in the city that he loved and served and called home, as the Major Brent Taylor Vet Center Outstation. The naming of the building will never repay the debt the nation owes to Major Taylor and his family, but it can stand as a humble reminder of the faithful man who lived and died in the service of his God, his family, and his country. And with that, Mr. Speaker, I yield back.
The gentleman yields back. The gentleman from Tennessee is recognized.